go. Okay, so we are live. So, Mike, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, Tony?
Not too bad. So, this is kind of a last minute. We kind of decided last night to get together, and I was like, "What did you want to teach me?" And you gave me a list, and this is definitely on a list that I wanted to learn to play. And for some reason, Mike, you and me seem to have very similar preferences in games.
I
so,
noticed that.
so which is pretty cool. I always like
Yeah,
that
it's
when we
pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. So, and if you're watching this later, yes, it is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon here on the East Coast. So we're probably going to get some over the pond people, across the pond people, and depending on what time dinner and everything is there. But we've decided to play Wing Leader. I have read the rules, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna know how to play. It might be a little bit easier, but I noticed there's not a lot of content on Wing Leader. So let's go ahead. So we're gonna go through it. So if you have this is from the Wing Leader's Victories module, and it's scenario 4. We're going to do penny packets, and let me read the background real quick so you guys know what's going on. So this is Southern England, August 1940. From the airfields in France, the Luftwaffe struck out at British aerodromes in an attempt to neutralize the Royal Air Force Fighter Command. The depth of penetration was so shallow that Air Vice Marshal Kenneth Park, commanding 11th Group, barely had any warning of raids. The squadron scrambling for heights reached the raids in individual and penny packets, becoming prey for the higher flying free hunters and extended escorts. Without the benefits of concentration, only a fraction of the squadrons ever reached the bombers. So that's what it is. I am going to play the evil Germans, and Mike's going to play the British. A lot of this is because there's a lot more maneuvering and stuff at the beginning, and so I thought I'd let Mike actually take care of that, and I can learn from that as well. So he has one Spitfire. Actually, it looks like 2 Spitfire squadrons and 2 Hurricanes. Yeah, so the victory conditions is victory point totals. So we need to subtract the British VPs from the German VPs to see who wins. So we'll see where we get, how far we get along with this. I do have, so I'll try to pull things up as we go through. So this is me. As the Germans, we have 3 111 bombing. They're on the bombing machine. So that's W, X, and Y here. And then we have BF 109E4 is on a escort mission. And then we have another BF 109 sweep mission. So we'll see how those go. And they're all set up here. What I may do is I might zoom in on this just a little bit more because it's a little bit crazy. It's kind of a big board and everything's out there. So we've got that all done. So, okay, Mike. So how do you want to go about this?
Well, let's do a couple things first. I'm going to do a couple of reviews, and we'll just do a little bit of rules, and then we'll just start. First
sounds
couple
good.
turns are going to be a lot of just maneuvering, so we can kind of go through rules as we go. I picked a Battle of Britain scenario. Hopefully, our buddy Ruff will join in and give us his 2 cents, but we'll see if he shows or not.
2 pence, as the British would be, the 2 pence. So
yes. So first of all, you've got a couple of put your fighters on the map, but you can move them just slightly if you want to. Your lead, your number A, 109 is right here.
Yep.
And he's
thank God the pointer works.
Yeah, for sure, huh?
Yeah.
So you're allowed to be at, you can set up in a columns P through R at altitudes 9 or higher.
Okay.
So I put you at Q9, kind of in the middle of the two. So it's either P through R and any height that you want.
And he is on the escort,
No,
or is
he's on
he's on the
the
suite. That's right. Because I was reading in the rules, escorts can't be placed before the bombers. They're
right.
kind
So
of stuck.
your escort has that same restriction. Your escort's the back, and you can move him if you want. He could be up to 3 above the bombers and 1 level below the bombers.
Okay.
And then he can be within 3 of the bombers. So 1, 2, 3, and he can come back if you want him to. It's totally up to you.
I'm actually okay with that because that looks like a pretty good a setup, at least to start off with. It's pretty neutral. It's not aggressive and it's not defensive. So I think we'll just go with what you got set up here because I think to me that looks pretty good.
Okay, so to show you where I'm at, I've got a hurricane down here at altitude, 3,000 feet down here. And then coming across the other side, I've got a Spitfire down here almost on the deck, 1,000 feet. And then I've got a Hurricane here at 6,000 feet. And then I've got this guy over here on the side of the board. He doesn't enter until turn 5.
Okay.
And I believe he enters at altitude 9 or less.
Yeah, 9 or less. Yes, I see that. Yep.
And then at 9 or less, my choice. I have a CGI, a GCI counter right here, ground control intercept radar. So my level is at level 4. So we put it on the game turn track. And that's a die roll that I need to roll that or less to be able to change vectors for the for my fighters. If you look over here to your cards over here,
Yep.
I have 2 tally markers sitting over here. These are the markers that you will use to tally my my fighters with your escorts, and they're ready to be placed on the board once you're doing a tally. If you'll open up your display, green display, you'll notice that you start with. Let me get to yours.
Yeah, I'm yellow.
All right. So you'll notice that you start with unalerted.
Yes, I see that.
All of my guys are alerted. We know that you're coming. Our radars have picked you up. We're alerted. We have radar guiding us to intercept the raid. You are unalerted. So you'll be trying to, tally my guys. And when you do, both of your fighters are on the same radio network. So if one of them tallies, then the other one also becomes alert. And being alerted and unalerted matters as far as movement when you move, and if you're either the defender or the attacker when we do aerial combat. So you'll notice that you have, and then bombers they don't have a state. They're always considered. It doesn't matter for them.
Yeah, because their movement doesn't change whether they're alerted or
they're always the defender in combat. Even if you have other, even if you maybe have the advantage in the combat, it could be the attacker. If you're in the hex with a bomber, you don't get that advantage. You're always the defender.
Okay.
You do have 2 veterans, which is really good for you, and you also have an expert pilot in that group. So that's also another really good thing. So that's kind of your wing display and what you're allowed to do. Your sweep allows you to be out in front of your bombers. And, you're going to be still traveling 2 hexes to space. I'm going to call them hexes just by habit.
Yeah, it's habit.
Yeah, they're spaces. all of your planes are going to travel 2 spaces a turn until you become alert and can react to what I'm doing. I want to go over a couple of just real basic concepts for you. So
Okay, sounds good.
it'll help you wrap your mind around the game a little bit. So this, of course, most people know this game. The difference of this game is the perspective that you're looking at, right? We're looking at a um, altitude based perspective. Most, World War II air games is from top down, right? And you
Yeah.
have to, and you always have to converge into the hex that you're going to be fighting in. And they basically take that away in this game. So we're converging on the horizontal, and
Okay.
we could be coming from different angles, and
Mhm.
it doesn't really matter. Really, the important thing is altitude in these games, because in those other games, right, the
Yeah.
planes are moving to try to get to that hex to engage each other, and the difference here is the thing about those games. You always have to put like an altitude counter on there, like what altitude are you at, and sometimes, especially in this game, the perspective is very easy. We can just immediately see what altitude we're at.
Yeah.
And really, the most important thing in aerial combat, right, is if you're coming from above, you're getting, you have the advantage, right? You're coming from above and out of the sun and things like that. So, wrapping your mind about around that concept of the game, and it really starts to make sense. Personally, I really like it. I think it's innovative and quite clever.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit, and it's always intrigued me, which is one of the reasons why I got it. I've always loved air combat, anyways. So I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully we can have play a lot. And you said it plays solo quite well, which to me it makes sense because it's like the tallies are not guaranteed. You don't automatically, even though you see them, you don't get to see them. You may
It'll
not see them.
it'll really make sense to you when we get into the sequence of play
Okay.
and how that is structured, and
By the
you'll
way,
immediately realize how great this is for solo play.
okay, perfect. Jester did join us.
Awesome.
So, and then we got Blue Tweez, which I know is also a fan of the game as
Great.
well. So if we get something a little off, or
Yep.
we'll see how it goes.
Help us
Now,
out, please.
yeah, yeah. Now I do have the sequence of play up here on the because
Perfect.
it's in the module. So,
So let me go over another thing with you.
okay,
I'm gonna bring mine up too here, the sequence of
okay,
play, and this will help charts. And I'll pull mine over on the screen so I can point out things. Looking down here at movement.
okay. Movement, got it down here. Yeah.
I can't. Oh, I can't use
No.
a pointer. I can't use a pointer. But look at the movement point.
Yeah. Yes.
You see,
So
like bombers and escorts have 2 movement points. Those points are spent for moving your counters on the map itself. Now I
okay.
want you to take a look at your cards up here for your planes.
Okay. Let me move this slightly out of the way. Yep. Okay.
Now you'll notice that on these you have speed and turn.
Mm-hmm.
That is different. You do not use speed and turn for movement on the map.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was like, what? That make now after reading the rules, I'm like, oh, that's strictly for combat, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This card, all these numbers, what they correlate to is how the two planes match up against each other when they're in combat. Which plane has the edge in speed, which has the edge in turn. These planes are all relatively close enough to the same speed that moving on the map doesn't matter. It's when you actually are in combat with each other. So
Yep.
once you understand the difference between the speed and turn on these cards, rather than the turn and speed for the type of mission that you're flying, it all starts to really make sense. So that was an important thing that I wanted to point out to you before we get started.
Yeah, it's one of those things that as I was reading the rules, I was like, "Where's the movement points? Where's the movement points?" And then finally, I did see. I finally found where it says, "Oh, here's the movement points," and then I looked at the aids, and the aids have everything on it. These player aids seem to be pretty good because every time I had a question about something in the rules, I looked at the player aid, and it was pretty evident about what happens. So
Yeah.
yeah, so X Piece found that does solo very well. The artwork on the planes is fantastic. Yes, that's also one of the reasons why it really got me interested. This game did, but strictly because of the artwork on the planes, because it's phenomenal. So
Um, yeah, the art, and what's really cool too is like if you right click on one of your planes and you go down to paint scheme, you can
oh
change the paint scheme on your planes, which is pretty cool. They really made a bit, the
yeah,
art
they
in
have the
the game is amazing. You have all these different paint schemes and stuff. And for the real enthusiast that knows all that stuff, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is yeah. Like I said, the components. I have not punched these, and I barely needed to touch the counters, and they just pop right out. So I don't even know. I kind of like the crisp corners, so I may not even have to round
Yeah,
these things because they're nice and crisp. There's
yeah.
no little like fuzzies that you get on them,
And
which
for
I've
us,
noticed.
and for us non clippers, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. So
All right, so
oh,
let's go ahead and I'm going to go through the sequence of play really quick, and
okay,
then we'll play it and we'll start to get into more detail of it. Okay.
sounds perfect.
All right. So setup phase, right? So this is when you're doing all you're getting your I did all that for us before we started playing.
Yeah,
Get all of our planes on the board. We get our but I do have to do my vectors. Okay. So I have to set vector markers because I'm on an intercept mission. And
okay,
basically, what's happening is the ground control is is um, in control of where my planes are going, and they're giving me location to try to fly to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this vector for D. Um, D is not on the board yet. D is down.
you just happen to grab the first one off.
Yep. So I'm gonna do C down here first.
Okay.
So I know for a fact. So if you look at the hurricane
Yep. Do
and
you want me to look? Okay.
take a look at his card,
Okay. Got it
the
up.
card says that he can climb at altitude band range of 0 to 2. His climb rate is 1. And then from 3 to 11, it's 2. 12 and higher is 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is, and it's really important for me with this guy right now, because I got to climb. So how fast can I climb? So on the first turn, so I'm at altitude 3. So I'm using
Yep.
the 2,
Yep.
which means I can, I could climb on the first turn of climbing, I could climb 2. And then whatever your climb rate is, that's what it costs the first space that you move into. Every
Okay.
space after that, it costs 2.
Okay. So the first one is 1, and then anything after that would be 2. Correct? Is that
Exactly.
okay?
So for
Okay.
me, I've got to try to figure out where am I going to meet up with you at, right?
Okay.
Because I know that your bombers are going to a turn 1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
Yeah.
2. So I know I'm going to get you somewhere out in this range before I'm going to be able to climb high enough to get to you. So I can calculate that out, right? So I start here, and I know I can go up 1 turn and forward 1 because
Yep.
I can go up for 2, and then from my I get to go 3 movement points a turn because
Yeah.
I'm on an intercept. I could get there in 1 turn. I can go here for 2 points and here for 1 point. So I can
Okay.
calculate that out, right? I can go
Mhm.
1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. Let's do that again. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, 5. 5 turns will put me there at K8. So 5 turns would put me right there. Let's see, how many is that for you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That puts you right there when I would be right here. That's pretty good. I think I'll take that vector to you.
Okay. So basically, where you're choosing where you're going, where you're going to end up, correct?
Where I'm headed for.
Okay.
And I've always got every turn that I move, I have to move closer to my vector.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of pre-planning involved in this, correct? That's yeah.
For me, there is because I got to set my vectors.
Yep.
So now I'm doing the same thing over here, right? So I've got a hurricane. Now I know that this hurricane, which is Hurricane B, he's not going to have any problem at all
No, not at all.
getting to where he needs to get to. So, where do I put him at? So there's 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and that puts you 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. So maybe J9 would be good for him.
Now, can you change the vectors?
I can every turn during the administration phase. If I roll my GCI, which is 4, I roll 4 or less on a 6-sided die, I can change my vector. But there is also a rule that you have a chance to screw me up. If you can roll well enough, you can move wherever I put it. You can move it a little bit.
Okay.
Inaccurate information on my
information. Okay, that makes sense. That'd be fun.
And then, so let's take a look at this other thing here. I've got this guy to figure out.
Yeah,
now,
you still got 1.
He can climb. He's starting on the 1.
Yeah.
So that means he could actually go. He could go 1 and then another 1 on the first turn to get to use up his 3 movements. But then after that, he's going to be restricted to only going up 1 because the air's getting thinner.
Yeah, I assumed that's what that simulates is as the air gets thinner, it's harder for the planes to get the energy to move upwards. So.
Exactly. So I could get there on turn 1, right? So then here would be turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5. So I could get about where the other guy is on turn 5. So I'm going to put his vector. I'll put his vector right here. It could be in the same X if I wanted them to, but I'm okay with that.
Okay, sounds good.
So there we go. So we are done with counting out our vectors and what we need to do. Let me go back in. And so we're going to start with the tally phase. So you may attempt to tally enemies. Unalerted squadrons are alerted if warned by radio. Wing leaders, we have no wing leaders in this game. So what I've left out in the teaching game for your first time, what I have, so let me kind of go over, let me back up a little bit. Remember I told you like your bombers are just going to be flying straight across the field?
Yeah. They're just trying to get off the side of the map, right? They're not actually doing any bombing. Okay.
Their target is not on this map.
Okay, got it. So they're trying to make it through to hit the target eventually, but for this scenario, they're just trying to get off the map and get through.
I'm trying to either disrupt you, because for every bomber squadron that you fly off the edge, it's 6 victory points for you.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so that's 18. That's 18 victory points for you if you get them all off unscathed,
Okay.
which is pretty bad for me.
Yeah.
Now, if I can disrupt you, you get half, so you'll get 3 per squadron per
Oh,
disrupted.
I
And if I
gotcha.
can make you return to base, you don't get any.
That makes sense. That's
And then
cool.
for each fighter that we shoot down, remember these squadrons have multiple fighters in them. They're
Hmm.
worth 1 point each.
Okay. Okay. So so what I'm seeing is max loss for let's say the Germans for the 109s, even for the bombers. I'm assuming it's the squadrons are 9. So technically, you could get 9 if it's the fighters, 9 victory points because that means
Correct.
they're gone. Okay. Okay. So that was
Most
the one question because I looked at the card and the card says 1 victory point. That seems like not a lot for a whole
yep,
squadron, but it's per squadron. So there's 9
per,
in this squadron. So you could burn 9 victory points. Gotcha.
correct. And you also have another thing called you have tactical flexibility.
Okay.
So
I did
look
read
at your
that.
max losses
Okay.
under
Which is 9. Yeah.
right. So squadrons, you have 9 planes in your squadron. That's your full. That's how many planes you have.
Yeah.
If I get you down to 4, like if I shoot down 5 of them, you have to
Hmm.
immediately replace your counter with a flight counter because you have
Okay.
4
Which
left.
is, yeah.
It becomes a flight instead of a squadron.
Yep.
Now, with tactical flexibility, you can split your squadron into 2 flights of 4 each. And I will tell you
Okay.
why you might want to do that.
Okay.
Okay, right now you are flying as a full squadron. The
Hmm.
circumstance may come up where you may want to split it into 2 flights. I do not have that ability. Take a look at mine. I have
Okay.
12. I have 12
Oh, you have
planes.
12 squadrons, no flights. Okay.
Right. And I have a rigid doctrine, which means I cannot split my guys into flights. I stay as a squadron the whole time.
Okay.
It's also going to be a disadvantage for me in combat. Okay? Just to let you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
having a rigid doctrine is a little
Okay.
bit of a disadvantage for me.
Okay.
And I'm coming at you completely piecemeal, which is a huge disadvantage for me.
Yeah, you're like all over the place on the map. So
Right, you're
that
going to
was
have
part of
time to
the
react and to really jack me up. It's going to be very difficult for me to win this one.
so
And it says
my
that in the write up, right? That
yes, yeah. So to me, this is if you're playing RAF, and this was the late, late intelligence.
yeah,
that's like went to the yeah, yeah. So you can only
exactly.
send up
And
so many.
basically,
Yeah.
right. And what basically happens here is the the target is on the coast. It is a the RAF didn't have a lot of time to react to these. By the time
Yeah.
they picked it up and scrambled the fighters, they really couldn't get a very cohesive group to attack them. And it says that in the scenario write up. And
Yeah.
that you read the
Yeah. They got who
aftermath,
they could, and yeah.
about it in the aftermath. So we'll see how I do. I don't think I'm going to do well, but you never know. It is a dice game.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
We both are good at rolling dice, and I say
yeah.
that with as much as it can be.
Yes.
Um,
Only thing is, I try not to
okay.
complain. I don't like to piss off
Yeah.
the dice gods.
Okay. So Edward has a question. How many VPs do the Brits need in order to get a minor victory in this scenario? It's a differential. So you subtract the British VPs from the German VPs to see who wins. And if it's 12 or less, so if after the differential, if it's 12 or less, the British win. 13 to 15, it's a draw. And if we have 16 or more, it's a German victory. So those are the victory point conditions. So, okay. By the way, how's it going, Ed? Okay.
Yeah, quite a few people in here. That's awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so and let me talk to you about your split. You'll have plenty of time to do this, but you'll notice that I've got 4 guys coming at you.
Yes.
If you split your 2 fighters up into flights,
Mm-hmm.
you have 4 flights, 1 for each line.
Okay.
So there's a hint, right?
Yeah.
If you could time me up long enough in a dogfight where I cannot pursue your bombers, that's a good thing for you. You're trying to protect your bombers. You
Gotcha.
don't really care about having a flight go against a squadron is a disadvantage for you. So you might give up a few victory points. But in the long run, how many victory points are you saving by keeping me off of your bombers?
Yep. And then hopefully I'm doing some damage as well.
The other thing
victory
is,
points as well.
I'm running out of ammunition. So as I'm dealing with you, the chances of me breaking off and going home, because we have to do a cohesion check after every combat. And that's what you want. You want me to break off and not even go after them. So breaking off into flights is not a bad idea for you.
Okay.
All right. Little information there for you.
Yeah.
And
no.
So back to charts. So we're going to try to tally. We're way too far to tally anything right now, so I'm going to skip it. Okay. Basically, to tally, you got to roll a 6-sided die. You have to roll higher than the distance, and there are a few little modifiers in there. Yeah. So far away, there's going to be no tally. So we'll go straight to the movement. So squadrons move, and then we jettison bombs, drop tanks, anything like that. Escorts react to enemy attempts to move into the same squares of bombers. So if I attempt to move into one of your bombers' locations, your escort can react to it and possibly stop me from moving in there.
Yeah, I read that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. And then resolve barrage and flak attacks. Well, we have none of that going on.
Okay.
In more advanced, if you enjoy playing, you want to play some more, we can do one where, and which is really the great part of the game. This is very vanilla. This is just giving you the real basic bomber run and real basic fighting. But when you add like going after carriers and doing torpedo runs, they even have scenarios for kamikaze attacks.
I was perusing the advanced rules and I saw some stuff that looked pretty interesting for sure.
Yeah, when you start adding the advanced bombing rules where you've got to set up your bombing profiles, you've got to make certain type of runs for the type of bombing mission that you're running, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so this will wet your whistle, and if you like it, we can always add more.
Yeah.
So the only thing we have to worry about for movement is squadron movement. So take a look on the right side under notes.
Yep.
It gives the move order. Dogfights go first.
Yep.
If we're tied up in a dogfight, I don't want to be in a dogfight. You want to be in a dogfight.
Okay, because it makes you do cohesion checks.
Well, it just keeps me from moving after you bomb.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm stuck in a dogfight with you rather than chasing your bombers down. Yeah. I don't want a dogfight. You want a dogfight. Then escorts. You'll move all your escorts too. Then the bombers. You'll move all your bombers too. So let's do that. Move your escorts too and your bombers too.
Okay, so my escort is 1, 2. So that's my escort. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. There we go.
Okay. So we got that one. Then the next one is unalerted fighters. All of my fighters are alerted. None of yours are all unalerted. Your one unalerted.
So the one, so it's a sweep. Now, so he's only going to get 2.
If we both had unalerted fighters, we would go in initiative order. Look down.
Okay.
lowest altitude would move first. If at the same altitude, lowest basic speed, we look at our data cards. So this is where the data cards matter for movement
Okay.
on this main map. And then if altitude and speed are the same, we do a die roll.
Got it.
All right. So your unalerted fighter is going to move.
And he only moves 2 because he's unalerted.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And then I move mine. And we know that I said I could go 2 for my first move here and 1. And then this guy, we know he's the same. He can go 2 and 1. And this guy, we knew that he could go 1, then 2. And actually, I think I will move him forward 1 on the second one. So he started here. He went 1, 2. He went 1 and then 1, 2 for his second move.
For a second one. Got it. Yep.
Second move. And that's it. That takes care of our all the planes movement.
Yep.
Then when we do combat, which we don't have any, now we have an administration. Squadrons roll for escape. Don't have to worry about that. Place or change vector markers. I can try to change my GCI right now. I choose not to. Place support mission. Okay, so none of the rest of this stuff is going to matter. And we move on to the next one. So we'll hit the little move button up here to clean up our movement. And we are off to turn number 2. And we're doing tally. Is anybody close enough? Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you have to roll greater than 7, which means you'd have to roll an 8. Let's look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe there, but the problem is, look at these clouds. You'd have to go through 2 banks of clouds, and they have a 2 on them, which adds to the distance. So you couldn't see there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding 2 more, 9. You're not going to get enough modifiers to be able to see through those clouds. So I don't think any of us can do it, but let's take a look so I can show you, okay?
Okay. Real quick, Edward has a question. So is moving first generally a disadvantage since the other side can react to it?
Yes, exactly. Because when you end up going into combat with each other, it's the last unit to move into it. For the most part, we'll get the advantage in combat. Yeah. So if I have a fighter tallied, and I'm alert, I have them tallied, and they don't have me tallied, that they're unalerted. He moves his 2, then I get to move and go into his space if I'm close enough. Not only I'm the attacker, I also get to bounce him, which gives me an advantage because he's unalerted. I surprised him. And then after the attack, of course, he will be alerted and he will have me spotted, and all those advantages go away. So yes, you don't want to move first.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Like you were saying, let's take a look at the tallying.
Yeah, let's take a look at tally. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the tally one, which is, where's the tally?
Okay, so I'll pull up the charts here. So,
okay, it's at the loss, cohesion, reaction.
Okay, got it. And it's at the bottom.
Down the bottom. So you're gonna roll a die. You're gonna roll, and you can see next to the tally it has that symbol of 1 die. That tells you need 1 die. Look for escort reactions, a two die roll. So this is a 1 die roll. If a roll is greater than the distance to the target, place a tally marker. Maximum tally distance is 9 squares. So there's a +2 tally for formations which have 3 or more squadrons. So I could possibly maybe tally your bombers with my hurricanes. Maybe. Because I'm going to get a +2 to my die roll. See how far away you are. 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 5, 6, 7, 8 because of the clouds. I can't roll that on one die. So I won't be able to see. But some of the things in the tally roll modifiers. Target to the formation has 3 or more. That is a formation. 3 squadrons.
Okay, because there's and because it's 3 of them, correct?
Right. If there was
more,
any flat or flak barrage, right? Because the flak, we can see the flak. Oh, there must be something there. It helps us tally, right? Tally affected by contrails. We don't have any contrails. Radio call or on CGI, I would get a +1 for that, but that's still not enough. That's a +3.
Yep.
That pushed me at 7. It's still not enough. Tally squadron is veteran. I don't have any veterans. I do have 1 expert, but no veterans. -1 for green. -1 if the target's in the sun, which you might be in the sun at where I'm at right now.
Okay.
And targets behind, and if I don't have a rear view and you're behind me, I get a negative there, and weather. So I don't think any of our planes have rear view. I know the Messerschmitts don't, and I don't think, there's no rear view on any of our guys. So sighting anything from behind is going to be a problem for us. Some of the bubble cockpits.
Okay, got it. That would make sense. Yeah.
Behind and above, but behind and trailing, it doesn't apply to. Okay?
Got it.
So there's going to be no tallies, but that's how it basically works. All right, so let's move on then. So we're back to movement. So you know how movement's going to go.
Yep. So escorts, 1, 2, and then bombers, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then unalerted, which is me again.
Yep.
1, 2. Okay, so I have moved first, all of them.
Okay.
Now here's the question I'm going to ask you, because I can't remember what's in there, and hopefully we'll get to it. If I move all my stuff, and you move your guy, try to move your guys into my bomber. If he's moved, can he still react?
Yes.
Okay. So just because you move doesn't mean you can't react.
Yeah, and you could be like way up here, like 3 away.
Okay.
And I move in, you could still react. Now, the further you are away from the bombers, the harder it is for you to get it. Yeah, harder your reaction is.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Yep, I was just curious about that. So.
Yep, so I'm going to move my hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to move this guy here and here. This guy is going to go, oops, wrong way. He's going to go here. Now, the question is, do I want to move him to J8 or not? He's going to B, so I can't. He's got to stop there. He has
to go up. Yeah, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
He has to go up, so he has to stop there. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do this guy. Now he's at altitude 3 now, so he no longer gets his great thing. So the first one's gonna cost him 2.
Yeah.
And then he will move one like that.
One. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I am done with my movement. We know we don't have anything else. Oh, we do have something else. I think I want to change the GCI. I think I want to try to. Let me think here. You're going to try to tally me at 1, 2, 3, 4 away. You're 4 away, and you have a expert. You have a veteran, so that's going to give you a +1 to your die. So you roll a 3 or higher, you're going to get me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Okay.
try it. I'm gonna try to change B.
Okay, because we're in an administrative phase now because we have no combat yet.
We
So
are in the administration phase. So I'm going to try to change my vector, and I need to roll a 4. I don't know if there's anything on the charts for this. Let's look at administrative stuff. Escort, mission eligibility, vector. Control 924. 13.1 is height error, so that will be for you. 13.1 is for you. 924 is for me. So let's look that up. 924. I want to make sure there's no, negative modifiers for myself. 924. 926. 924. Attempt to place a vector, change vector, provided undersea. Squadron is the same rating. Yeah, roll a die and a roll equal to or greater than. Oh, equal to or greater than. I'm a 4, so I got to roll 4, 5, or 6. Place a vector mark on the map. Okay, so I qualify everywhere there. So I need to roll 4 or higher. So let's do that. Single die roll. Single, 2 die, 1 die. 2 will not do it. I'm not changing my vector.
nope.
Right, so we are off to turn number 3. And now there's going to be some tally. Now there's going to be some tally. So let's take a look at tally again.
Okay.
And there is a let me go back over here. Tally. Attempt to tally. Unalerted squadrons are alerted. Attempt to tally 7-2. Dude, I think you have to do yours first.
Yeah, it's Raider on the sequence of play. It says Raider player first. So I would be considered the Raider.
Where's that saying? Where's that saying that?
Right in the title. Let's see here.
Yeah. Yep. So you're the Raider player, so you do all your tallies first, and then I do my tallies.
Okay, so let's take a look at the sweep. So the BF-109 is going to try to tally the Hurricane B. So it's 1, 2, 3, and do you count? So would that be 4?
1, 2, 3, 4 away. Correct.
Okay. So you're not more than 3 squadrons.
Correct.
You're not in a flak zone, not contrails.
Correct.
No radio calls.
Radio calls. Target occupied a square squadron on the same radio net as a tallied squadron on the same radio net. No. Or you're under GCI. No, that doesn't apply.
Okay. So A is a veteran.
Yeah, both of you guys are veterans.
Okay, so I get a +1.
+1 for that.
And
nothing else. You're going to get a +1.
Okay, so I'm going to need a 3 or greater. Greater than. So I need a 4 or greater, not equal to, greater than.
Very important. Yes, you need greater than the distance.
I rolled a 4. +1 is a 5, so he tallies.
You tally. So grab your tally marker. Actually, We could do that, or I could do this. Let me see here. I think there's a way to do that on markers time.
Yep, tally.
Tally.
Yellow.
You are yellow.
Yep. Tally. B.
So you know you want to put A
Okay.
because your A squadron.
Oh, okay. Yep. Does the same thing.
No. I need to do it online. I need to do yellow.
Oh, okay.
No, there's another way to do this. I thought that's better. Hang on. Here we go. Tally by yellow. And now I'm going to put A, and I'm going to hit that. And that puts a little A by my thing to keep us uncluttered. Now, you can do this if you want.
Okay.
You could do that, or you could get.
Oh, yeah, I can see.
Or you could get rid of that, and you just have the little A below my thing, knowing that your yellow A's got me.
Okay. Yep. So now he's alerted,
which I like better.
So yes. I do too like that. So he will flip to alerted, which I did on my screen. So
correct. And each of your if we go back to the setup.
Yeah.
Go back to setup. Take a look at your radio nets.
Oh, this radio nets.
Your 109. Your sweep has its own radio net.
Okay.
Than your escort.
Yeah.
So that means your escort is not alert. He cannot radio your escort and say, "Uh-oh, we got problems."
Gotcha.
So your escort is still unalerted because they're not on the same radio.
They're not on the same radio net. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to do the same, except I don't have a veteran.
Okay.
So I'm going to need to roll a 5 or higher. Yeah, because but wait a second.
Oh, it's greater. It has to be greater. So he's 4. Yeah, so you'd have to be 5 or 6.
Can your other guy can your escort get somebody? 1?
1, 2, 3,
4.
5. We're talking about this guy right here, right?
Yeah, we are.
So 4, 5, 6. Does the clouds that it's in count, or is it just the ones that? Okay, so that would actually be 8.
And you got a +1 because of your so
veteran.
The best you
that's still
7. So
yeah, so I can't do it.
Still a no for you.
Yep.
All right. All right.
So you need a 5 or 6 to tally me.
I do. So let's do that.
Oh, you get a 6. So
bingo.
So tally. You said there's a tally by.
Yes. Go to icons.
Okay, icons. There we go. Tally, and you're green, right? You did green.
Yeah, and this is my B flight.
B. Okay. Oh, let me.
Yep, you got it. Oh yeah, do capital.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there we go. Now go to your display. Your
okay. Oh,
yep, and go ahead, and the guy that is now alerted.
Yeah.
So flip his counter.
I already did that already. Yep.
Okay. So I was already alerted.
Yeah.
You're alerted. Nice. We each see each other. You have height advantage. So this is where, and now you can see solo how great this is, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're playing solo, the 109 is going to get to react, which means I have to move before you do. And you move, when you have somebody tally, you move right after they move. So that can jack up like way things move. Like if multiple fighters have different people tallied, and one of
Okay.
them moves, then the one that has him tallied, he's got to move, and then the
Oh,
one
I see. So the initiative rule: lowest
has
altitude first, if at
yes,
the same time lowest base. Okay, got it. Yeah. So this means when we get to that, the alerted fighters, because that he's now an alerted fighter, you have to move first because you're at a lower altitude.
correct.
Oh, the air aviation
Oh
expert in
no,
there
no,
here.
no, no! He's going to tell us we're doing everything wrong.
Well, he's never seen the game played, so he's looking forward to see how it plays. So
Just
he
kidding.
may be able to tell us how it factually worked in real life,
Yes,
but
and how crappy our tactics are.
yeah. But hey, Thomas, how's it going? Okay.
Hey Thomas, how you doing, buddy?
Okay. So now we're moving because we've done all our tallying, correct?
We've done all of our tallying, and I don't know why this guy's got a move on him, so I'm going to take that off of there.
Okay.
All right,
So then
so now
escorts.
So escorts go first.
Yep.
Two
Then
bombers
bombers.
bombers go two.
Too far. And there. Okay.
Now we are going to get into some other stuff.
Yep.
Unalerted fighters. Well, there are no more unalerted fighters that haven't moved, right?
That haven't moved. Yep. Correct.
Correct. So now we go alerted fighters. We're all alerted. Now we go in initiative order, which means my Spitfire down here has to go first.
Okay. Yep. This guy right there.
Yep. So he's going to go 1.
So that's 2, correct?
That's 2 movement points of his 3.
Yep.
2 movement points of his 3. He's going to stay there.
Okay. Which would that be considered circling? Because you have to use all your points.
Yes.
Would that be considered circling, correct? Okay.
Correct. So he's the lowest. Now my next lowest would be this guy over here, this hurricane that's trailing.
Yep.
He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 2, and then 1.
Yep.
And then this he has to go towards his vector. He's going to go there and stop. Okay, now it matters now. All these guys that are climbing, I need to put climb.
Oh, because of the modifiers for combat.
Yes. And I think, is there a label for that? There is. Icon is climbing. Icons climb. Climb.
It's on there.
Yep, I got it.
Yep. For all of you that are curious about that, it's the red arrow right below the hurricane. So if you're wondering, that means it's a climbing. So
I'm going to get him like that. Oh,
yes.
And as soon as I move this last guy, you have to do your movement. And you would be doing it anyway because you're next in line. But
yeah,
there were other ones then. So you have to move now. And you are free to do up to 3 movement points.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we'll see how this works. So I am going to climb.
There you go. And you can rotate. Basically, it doesn't cost any movement points until you do like a 180.
Okay, and so his climb 5 to 11 is a 2. So this is 2. And then
you could go to 10 if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then I can rotate level again, correct?
You can.
Okay.
Because you have your climb marker on there. We know
Yeah.
if we were to get into combat this turn,
Yeah.
then you would have a climb modifier to it. But at the end of this turn, we're going to take all of those markers get removed. I wish they had a cleanup button to take all that off of there, but apparently they don't. Unless if we hit the move, it does it. But I'm not sure it does. I don't think it does.
Okay. So
We've all
all movements is done now. Movement is movements. All movement is done now.
all movement is done.
So nobody's in combat because combat only occurs when you're in the same square, correct?
Correct.
It's not like you're shooting from far distance. These
Correct.
are larger spaces
That
that
would be in the same space.
Yep. Okay.
We
So
are
no
now
combat.
on turn 4.
Yeah. Oh, did you want to do anything on administrative phase?
Administrative phase. Administrative phase.
Basically changing your vectors.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to see where it is. I do not have this vector anymore. That vector's gone.
Oh, because he hit that. Once he hits it, it's
I
gone.
have you tallied. Delete. Because we have each other tallied, we are free to move around a little bit.
Bill says there's a wing leader Discord that, or Bill just plugged the wing leader Discord that Lee Bribbick and Woods, the designer of this game, set up for the game. They've got 10 plus people, and they've been organizing an ongoing ladder, very casual and beginner friendly. Basically, one match every 6 to 8 weeks can be done play by mail, which I can see that being something. Or live via Vassal. And there is a tabletop simulator module. I have not checked it out.
Yeah,
Tabletop until I get a new computer, I'm not messing with tabletop simulator because it sucks so much energy out of my laptop. So
yeah, I hear you there.
So
okay.
So
I'm going to change my vector. I'm going to try to change my A vector. A vector, I'm going to try to change. I got to roll 4 or higher. So here we go. 2 will not change. There's none of that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. And I believe during administration that we get rid of our climb. Or do we get rid of those at the beginning of the next movement?
Not sure. It's not on the sequence of play.
I think it's at the beginning of the next movement. If you're not going to climb.
Oh, Mitch, what's our Victor vector, or what's our vector Victor? Had to pull out the good old airplane.
I believe you get rid of it at the beginning of your next movement. If you don't, if you're not continuing to climb. Let's take a look.
Look that up. I need to feed my dog. He's not leaving me alone, so I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat knows the answer to that? I can't remember when we take our climbs and dives off. I believe it's at the beginning of the movement phase. Movement. Climb. Yep, next movement phase. There we go. Thanks, Bill. Just found it myself.
Yeah, so they move off at the beginning of the movie. And I just got that. Oh, and by the way, Mitch, I used to be able to quote Airplane line by line. It was a film I watched relentlessly. So,
Couple other things
okay.
that you should know too.
Yeah,
There are special rules for slow climbing planes. They'll have an S on their card,
yeah,
and they don't.
I did read those. You have to basically kind of wait till the next turn to move up.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. So they climb slower. That's one thing, and the other thing is also is you cannot climb and dive in the same movement
Yeah.
phase.
Apparently, Thomas says it's against RAF regulations to fly with a dog in the cockpit.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes, that's why I just fed the dog, but I'm the Germans anyways, so
Yeah, and with German doctrine, it's a little crazy.
yeah, I can fly with dogs in the German. Yes, man, I just opened up my door. The humidity, just like I felt like I was walking through water. Oh, it's so hot and humid here.
We
So
finally
glad I'm in my basement.
cooled down a little bit here. Good Lord, it's been brutal.
Yeah. Okay, so administrative phase is over,
Yep. So we are
so
off to the next turn,
and a new tally phase.
and I have to place a new dude coming in. He's going to
Oh,
start.
that's right.
He's
Yep,
going to
because it's
start at
turn.
9. And I got to put his vector out there.
Oh, he comes on turn 5.
And yes, I have to move the turn. I didn't move it.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And he's going to come out. He's going to come out in this direction. I'm going to place him here. All right. So here we go. We are now in the old
Tally phase.
phase.
Okay, so my 109's are already tallied, so we've tallied each other. So those two, unless we wanted to drop a tally, which we don't, obviously.
And at the time, you know what? We skipped the thing before you moved. We're going to back up so we can take this back. Would you like to split your flight?
Okay. When does that happen during the movement phase? Then
It happens during tally.
Oh, okay.
With tactical flexibility.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and read up on that just to make sure we get it correct.
Yeah, I remembered I remember tactical, so I have tactical flexibility.
You do, and I don't remember where.
932.
932.
Yeah, that's where it's like
93.
Oh, okay. If the scenario, that's the scenario particularly, but splitting squadrons. A player may split a squadron into 2 flights, which is 9-3, by the way. Let's see. In the tally phase, a wing leader may split a squadron to which issued an order. In the tally phase,
so basically during the tally phase, if with a wing leader you can do it, with tactical flexibility you can do it.
Yes.
So
Okay. Yeah, that's B. So, yeah.
you would have been in. You went up one, so you would have been in M9.
Yep.
If you would like, you could split your squadron, and put one of them up there on top where you are. Leave the
Okay.
other one in M9 and move him 2 straight ahead.
Okay. The thing is they're alert. Well, here's my thinking on that because it may split in the tally phase, which is successfully rolls it, in which it successfully rolls a tally. So it would have happened
It would have
back.
happened. You would
Yeah.
have done it in M9, and then you would have, split your flights up, and you would have given the tally to one of them.
Okay. And then that was easy. And then this guy, okay, that makes sense. So
Now,
does he get the tally as well?
no, you're
Okay. But he is alerted, though. He does stay the same alert.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So your guy that's in M9, you have to give him a new. You need to make him C,
Okay.
and you need to add him to your
Okay.
your display.
Okay. So he will be C. So label.
Now, before you do that, I want you to make sure you understand that you're going to be at a disadvantage in combat.
Yes.
You're down to 4 airplanes in your group with a disadvantage. What you're hoping for is that I'm going to run out of ammunition and stuff. I'm going to break off before I get to your bombers.
Yep. So yellow. So that's yellow.
Or you could tie me up in a dogfight for a while or something.
Okay, counters. Let's see here.
I'm going to go ahead and right-click on your plane and switch it to your ID. You're going to make it. What are you going to make it? C?
Yeah, C.
Got it.
I put a label. Oh, there's a different. Okay. I just put a label on it. That makes sense. Okay, so I can take the label off.
It's ID. It's ID.
Oh, ID. Okay, cool. Okay. Nope. Wing display. Oh, there we go. Wing display. So this one, ID is C, and he is alerted. Flip alerted.
Or during during the movement phase when it reacts, it can do that also.
So that one's also on sweep as well because that's what it originally was because it keeps the same.
Yes.
And it has the same aircrew quality as the original. So would that be veteran then?
Yes.
Okay. Clone and then veteran, but it doesn't have the expert, does it?
No, you only have one expert. Well.
Oh yeah, no. I just read it. If the squadron has an expert or a wing leader, assign them to a specific flight.
Yep. So
okay.
you can keep them in C if you want them.
Yeah, I'll just keep them. I just keep them in A because that's where he is at, and that works out for me. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. Okay, after he was, and then history, which is cool since we're playing an aviation game. I have no problem with that, Thomas. You can keep it coming because I teach aircraft mechanics, not obviously aircraft mechanics. I teach him history, so the more I learn for aviation history, the better off it is. Okay, so I have that all set up now. Okay, so now we can tally. So I can see if I can tally.
Your ME 109, the one in M9 needs to be K9 now.
Okay.
He would have had to have moved to.
Oh, yep. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we'll remove that stuff then. Okay. So now we can tally. So if I split, the advantage is to go after a different
Well, yeah. So right. So I mean, you your A flight, you know where it's going. Your C
Yep.
flight, would you want to tally the guy down at I-5?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, that's your whole idea, right?
1,
Is to go
2,
after
3,
these
4.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So 4, and he is a veteran. So that's a +1.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So 3 or higher, and you're going to get him.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No, 4 or higher because it's greater than.
Yeah,
So yeah. And I get a 6. So
you got a count.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put it on me. That was C.
Yeah, that's C. Yep.
All right. So that was icons, right? Yes.
Yep.
Tallied by
yellow.
And that is C.
Okay. Now I'm also this BFE 109, my escort guy. This guy is going to try to tally this.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4 away.
4, 5. Yes. 1, 2, 3. But it's 2 for the cloud cover, so it's 1, 2, 3. 1,
3 away,
2, 3,
and you're going to get a plus.
I get just a +1.
You get a +1 -2, so it's actually a -1 in your die roll.
Yep. So I need a. Let's see. So it's 1, 2, 3.
You need a 5.
4, 5.
You need a 5 or a 6.
5 or 6. Yep. And I get a 1, so that does not help me at all.
Not all right. So C is too far away to get a tally. Well, God dog it. C, this is being tallied. You're gonna get to move a whole bunch. Remember, when you dive, you can add 1 to your movement, and if you go straight down, movement is only half.
Oh, so if you go straight, okay, gotcha.
Right down, movement is half.
Okay.
Now, attacking out of the sun and all that stuff is interesting. So
yeah, so the sun is above us, so I would be coming out of the sun if I was coming down.
Most likely. So basically, I think you have to get the advantage. These 2 hexes are sun, and then it sprouts out to there. And it goes up 2, then it sprouts out 1 more.
Where is that? Okay, I got it. The back, the sun arcs. Yep,
yes,
got it.
2 sprouts out 1, goes up 1, goes up 2, sprouts out 1, goes up 2, sprouts out 1.
Oh, here we go. I've got it's in there. So here's the sun arc, guys. So 2 and then goes sprouts out. Okay, got it. So if I come in, if I go over 1. It depends on how you move because he's alert. Oh, he's alerted. Oh yeah, he's already alerted. So he's
looking here. So you could go 1. You're here. 1, 2,
3,
and that would be
4.
3.
And I'd be coming out of the sun.
2, 3 and a half. But yeah, I'm going to move somewhere. I have to move towards my vector if I don't tally something.
Okay, well, I'm done tallying or attempting to tally. So,
all right, so I'm going to try my A flight. See if I tally you 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 4 away. That means I have to roll a 5 or higher. 5 or higher. Let's try it. See if I see you. 5 or higher. Yep. Nope.
2. Nope.
No tally there, and we're going to try to tally your bombers.
Okay, with the hurricane.
With the hurricane.
This guy. Yep.
1, 2 away. And I have to add 2 to my die roll.
Because of the clouds.
I need a 5 or higher.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
All right. I don't mind. I'll wait for the important die rolls.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
So we are done with the old tally phase. Now we're moving on to movement time.
Okay. So
escorts.
Yep. So here,
bombers.
There.
And here we go. Everybody else is alerted.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going in this order. All right, we're going to go 1, 2. No, do that.
No, because that's actually 2, right?
That's 2 right there.
Yeah. Yep.
2 right there. Do I go here? Stay where I am. I think I'm going to stay where I am. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here. Stay here. Right there. No, I'm going to go here. This will closer to a tally. So that was him. He moved. Next lowest would be my Hurricanes. Well,
2.
Hello, bombers. Oops. 2, 3. 2, 3, or just 2?
That's 2. Do you still have to continue move? You have to evolve? Can you actually circle since you're going towards a vector?
Yes.
Okay.
I just must move closer to it during the.
Okay, which you did. You moved. Yeah, you moved 1 hex or one square closer for sure. Yeah.
Do I stay here? Yes, I stay there. Don't want to get ahead of you because that's harder for you to tally you. All right, next lowest. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Right? They can go 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're alerted, so 3. Yeah.
And now I got my other guy, which is.
You can go into.
I can.
Oh, my climb is off, correct? Because it's at the beginning of. Is it at the beginning of the?
It depends. Depends on what you do. If you climb, you leave it on. If you don't climb, you take it off.
Okay.
And I am. So if I go into your hex. Will I be the attacker? I can't remember the answer to that question because you're not going to be able to move. You may have to read that one. I can't remember.
For what was that again?
Who's going to be the attacker?
Oh.
Right. So because I go 2, 3, and I end up in your hex.
Okay, so that's probably under combat, I'm assuming. That's radios. I'll tell you what, this rulebook's pretty good. The side with the tally is the attacker, and the side without the tally is the defender. If both sides are fighters, which have tallied each other, the side scheduled to move last in the previous movement phase, move order is the attacker. So I would be the attacker.
Yes, because you're scheduled to go last.
Well, this is in the previous movement phase, which I was scheduled last at that in the previous movement phase. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Oh, it means I get it. It's the current movement phase because combat is a separate phase.
Right.
So it's yes. So I'm the last one to move here in this movement phase. So I would be the attacker. Yep.
You would be the attacker. So do I? So I think I think that I don't want to give you an advantage of any kind of sun or anything, which I don't think you would have.
I wouldn't because I won't have the two
You won't have,
squares
yeah,
above.
you won't have the two squares above.
Hmm.
I don't want to drop my. I don't have to go for you. If I dropped, you would. If I go there.
By the way, I already am enjoying this. By the way, this
Are
game.
you?
Yeah, I'm already enjoying it.
I'm going to go there.
Okay.
If I go
You climbed,
here,
right? You had to climb up to that. Yeah.
yes, I have my climb up on.
Well, here's the thing I was going to say because I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the modifiers for combat is if I was diving, do I get a bonus for diving?
You do. It depends on what type of combat that you declare.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
That's why I went up. I'm going to take that away from you.
Yeah. So at least, yeah.
I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stay there.
Okay.
And if you move into my hex, you can drop your climb.
Yep. Okay. So you're done moving, correct? So
Yeah,
I
that's
have to go
everybody.
with my, okay. So I have to go with my lowest one first, correct? My lowest altitude first. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right, because we were
oh,
even.
you know what? Uh, we were supposed
We
to
were
die roll.
even.
Yes,
Oh,
we were
well,
supposed
no,
to die
it's
roll.
not die roll. It's speed, isn't it?
It
Uh,
is. Yes, right. It is basic speed.
lower basic speed. So my
My
109.
speed is 5.
So is mine.
4. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, mine's 4.
Is it so it's the lowest basic speed?
So at the altitude that we're at,
Oh, okay,
3
yeah.
to
So mine is a 5. Mine is a 5. From 5 to 11, my
mine's
speed is a
4.
5.
So I would have to move before you.
Yeah, okay. So we did do that right.
It
But
is
now I
vertical.
have to move. Yeah, now I have to move my guy first,
Yeah.
my
Now
lower guy
you.
first. Right? Okay. So he is going to dive, and I like to do. I just this is fun. So we go. So that's a half, or is that one?
That is 1. You can get
Okay.
to him easily. You just put him
Okay.
in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So he's going to go here and then into here.
Yeah.
So we have. Yeah. So awesome.
All
Okay.
right.
So that one's moved. And then my other one, we're going to take the climb off and go right in there, which
Yep.
let's move that up a little bit there.
There we go. Everybody has moved.
Everybody has moved. Yep.
Charts. Combat.
Yep.
Order determined by the raider.
Yeah. Oh, so I get to choose. Oh, cool. The expansions have campaigns. Oh, yeah. I'm getting recommendations.
Which I would, if you like doing this, maybe you and I could do the Solomon one. Looks really cool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be definitely. I love campaign stuff.
The Solomon's pretty cool. It's the P-39s coming out of Bougainville, going for Raval, and you got to manage B-24s and P-39s, Lightnings, and then the Japanese has to manage a bunch of zeros.
Okay, so dogfighting is, if I remember right.
There's no dogfighting yet. We're just going to be in straight combat.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. Which one would you like to do first?
Let's go. Let's do the top one first. The K
Got it.
10. Yeah, 10. J10.
All right.
So I'm going to zoom in on that one, and I saw there was a combat chart. Did I see that right?
Yes. So the first one that we want to go to is the third one down, air combat table.
Okay.
Fourth one down. Sorry.
Okay. So there's the battle display. So if we get to that,
Go to your charts.
Yep. Charts.
We don't need the battle display. There's not enough crap in there.
Okay. Oh, okay. Since it's only 2, gotcha. So air combat table. Here we go. Okay.
Now, you could do one more movement. So I'm going to show you all this, and I'm going to allow you to do another movement if you want. Right?
Okay.
So for another movement point, you could turn your plane so it's going in the opposite direction. Because right now it is a
head-on combat.
You know what? It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because it's going to be head-on.
Yeah, for both of us, so they kind of cancel each other out. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get to choose what type of combat you would like to be in. You can be in either a turning or a speed combat.
Okay, so this is where you're looking at your cards
versus yes.
Okay.
Except in the case of head on, which you are forced into a speed.
Okay.
Combat.
So I am in. So I have to do a speed combat.
You have to do a speed combat. So I'm going to grab my card. I'm going to bring it up here near the fight.
Okay. So that's the hurricane.
You want to bring yours over? You can. That way we can compare.
Yep, that sounds good. Yep. Let me. I got to zoom back out a little bit here. There we go. And so we'll put this right here. And
all right. So I'm going to move you a little bit because it's covering up my thing. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So you can see on here you have 2 different types of ratings. You have speed and turn ratings. So you use those ratings in either a speed combat or a turning combat. So for you,
it really wouldn't matter because they're both 5s. Okay. Yes.
I'm a 4 speed. I'm a 5 turn.
Yeah, so I'd want to do the speed because I've got a +1 modifier on that.
Exactly. You have a bit of an advantage there, speed-wise, over me.
Yep.
Now, I do have an edge on my card. You can see the little thing that says edge.
Yes, I see that.
I will show you how that works when we're in here. That edge works as long if we both have edge, then we cancel each other out. But if one plane has the edge, there'll be a slight modifier at the end of the calculations in my favor.
Okay, got it. Yep, I see. Okay, so we've got.
So we start over in the far top right portion of this player aid. Basic speed and turn values. So we're doing a speed combat.
Okay.
All right, we're doing a basic speed. So modifiers to your ADC, which is those are our air displayed data.
Okay.
Modifiers for speed and turn ratings, marked with a bomb load, which your bombers are supposed to have bomb load. You should have.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
They should have bomb counters on them. Torpedoes, any kind of drop tanks. Anything that the plane is carrying, it's going to drop it down by 1. That doesn't apply. Doesn't apply to us. Yeah. Modifiers marked with a dive marker or a climb marker. I am marked with a climb marker, so my speed is a -1. Okay, so I'm down to a 3, and you're at a 5. So if we were just to do it right now, you'd be on the +2 table. I'd be on the -2 table.
Yes.
column. But I have the edge, so I get to go to the right. So you'd be on the +2, I'd be on the -1.
Okay.
Oh, but we're not done because we have
Yeah,
to
of
go
course.
combat speed and turn values up here. These
Yeah.
modifiers are basic and turn values. For each additional fighter squadron or flight, there's no additional things here. So if you have multiple things like involved in the attack, you get a +1 for it.
Okay.
So you have to, if there are multiple combatants in the same spot, you have to choose your main combatant and use its numbers. And everybody
Okay.
else that's in there gives you that +1 to whatever your combatant, your primary combatant is. Okay.
Sounds good.
So your squadron is a veteran. Yes, you are.
Yes.
Right.
So I get
So
him.
now you're
Yep.
6, and I'm a 3. Neither one of us are green. Unit is a flight, not a squadron. Yes, you are a flight. There's a -1. You're back to a 5. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Squadron's disrupted or broken? Nope. Defending use of rigid doctrine? Yes, I am.
Okay. So
So
you're
I'm
down.
another
You're,
minus. So
so
I'm
you're at
down
a
to
2.
I'm a 4 -1 -2. I'm a 2. You're a 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're a 4 because of you're up 1, down 1. You're a 4, right? I'm a 2. You're a
No,
4.
5. I'm a 5. I'm a 5.
You're
So
a 5.
yes.
Up 1, down
For the
1,
veteran.
right?
Yep. So 5.
Okay.
Yep.
Single aircraft, no, and then the edge. So you are a 5. I'm a 2. The difference is
3.
yeah, you're on the +3. I'm on the
And you're
-3.
on.
But then I
Well,
get to
you get to shift. Yeah.
so I'm on the -2. You're on the +3.
Got it. Like that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Okay. Yep.
Attackers die roll modifiers. So here's your die
So
roll
this would
modifier.
be okay. So -2. I get a -2 because I head
Yep,
on.
-2.
Defenders
Defenders evading.
evading.
I'm not gonna do it. It's an advanced rule, but
Okay.
it would count. It would give you a little bit bad thing. Attacker bounce. You did not bounce me. You didn't come out of. You didn't surprise me. Do you want to?
Gotcha.
I can show you what bounce is. 1342. 1342 is 13, not 14.
Uh, 1341. Oh well, 1341.
So basically,
Bounce.
On the way to the target, bombers.
So it's coming out of the sun. If I come out of the sun,
we're at 13, right?
Yeah, 1341 is what I've got. Well, it says bounce, so it might be. Yeah.
So an attacker is a bounce if either of the following conditions apply: coming out of sun, which you're not, or the defender is a fighter squadron which is neither alerted or on the same tally as the squadrons outside of its current square.
So it's focused on something else.
Okay. Right. So basically, we're all on the same net. So, and I'm not unalerted, right? We're alerted. So there's not going to be.
There's no bounce. Yeah.
All right. So basically, you're a -2.
Well, I have an expert.
Your expert is with that one, right? So
with that one,
you're
yes.
You're -2 with 2 dice.
So -1 because it's
right.
-1 with 2 dice.
Yep. and you're on the +3.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
2 dice plus or -1. 2 dice -1. I get an 8. -1 is a 7.
So you're going to get 1 hit.
Yep.
Marker.
7 on the +3 is a 1. Yep.
Let me see what I can do. Markers, climb, vector, climb. No. Icons? No.
Is there not a hit anywhere? I'm looking at the same thing too.
All right, so let me do this. Let's go into counters and grab one. Hits. No, we don't want that type of hit. We want damage. We want damage markers. Oh, it's a good question here. Where are the hit markers? There's got to be a way to do this. Hang on.
Yeah.
Invisible clone. No, it's not there. It's not my wing display, maybe. Let me look there. Yellow, blue, green, or something. Hit mark. Ah, they're the hit markers.
Oh, here we go. I got it. So if you go to the map.
No, those are hit. Those are hits. Those are not.
Oh, okay.
Those are not the ones that are in the game. Those are not the right ones.
Okay.
I don't see them here.
Do you have to realize them first before you? It would be a loss marker.
Maybe I was just going to place them so we know how many to do.
Yeah.
Icons, dive, no. Reset, no. Markers, climb vector, orbit, buffet, no. Sun, trail, move, broken, flight, ID, paint, no. I don't see them there. I don't know. Are they here? No. Are they here? No. Are they here?
We're looking for Bill. We're looking for like hit markers to remind us how many we have, but we don't see it. Yeah, it would be lost. You'd have to realize it. So with that, yeah, just resolve it, and then you could put the loss in. So that'd be fine. And then
okay, so if I want to put the losses, where am I finding those counters?
If you go to the wing display, so markers, wing display, and combat.
Ah, there they are. So what I like to do is I like to just pull them out here because you could have multiple ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So
I like to just pull them out here and put them down here so I know how many to roll for.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I'm doing yours now.
Yep.
All right, so I am on the -2, and let's take a look at the defenders. Bad stuff. Head on -2. Defenders evading, attack, bounce. Defenders expert.
Yes. Oh wait, that's you. No, I don't think you have an expert.
I think I'm expert. I have
no. You have one expert, but I don't know where it's at.
I think he's on the. He's on A flight. This is B flight, right?
Yeah. Yep. This is B flight. Yep.
So I'm a -2. Expert gun sight, left very defensive rating. No. Okay. Defensive ratings for bombers. That doesn't apply. Okay, so I'm a -2 on my die roll. On the -2. -2 on the -2.
Yep, -2 on the -2. Go ahead, fire away.
-2 on the -2. That'd be a big fat nothing.
Yep, that's a 2. So yeah, that's a 2. So
All right.
so then
Now we're going to go and we're going to go loss cohesion check.
Okay. Loss, cohesion. Okay, there we go. Cohesion table.
So up at the very top right corner here,
Yep.
we have losses first. So we look at your firepower. So you're going to roll one die, and you're going
Okay.
to add your firepower to it.
Okay. So my firepower is 1, and so it's a 2.
1 and 1 is a 2.
Okay.
So if you are less than my
Protection.
rating, which is a 4,
Yep.
nothing. Equal, I gain a straggler. 2 stragglers is a loss. And plus, over my rating, I actually have a loss. So I took no losses there.
Well, I would get a +1 because the primary combatant is an expert, so they bring it up to 3, but it's still
Yes.
lower than 4. So
Yes,
yes.
I'm going to go over that. And gyro, there's no gyros.
Nope.
H is for head on. If I had an H by my protection, I'd use the head on value.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
No gun pods, none of that stuff. So that is all that they have. Now we're going to do cohesion. Chance we may have had enough and go home. You too. We both have to roll on this.
Oh, okay. Got it.
We're going to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And you'll notice that of fighters, you'll see like 3 or less is a 2.
Yeah.
2 levels of cohesion. At 2, at 1, you become disrupted. At 2, you are maybe saying that wrong. At 1, you are.
I was just reading that.
Let me look at the counters real quick. You are.
1 is disruptive. Yeah.
2 is broken.
Broken. Yep.
So, and then you have to return to base if you're broken.
Yeah.
So we are going to roll here, and we're going to look at our modifiers. So, total of the squad losses counters. So these losses are going to start to mount, and that's going to start to hurt your cohesion roll. So nothing right now. I'm not veteran. I'm not green. Squadron is on the attacking side. No. Leftberry, no. I have radio. There's no low or depleted ammo. There's no weather. So it's just a straight roll for me.
See you later, Tweez. Tweez is going to go play some modern air combat with Baltic approach.
There you go. All right, so
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And I'm going to hope to roll higher than a 3. God damn, a 4. So that's a 5. So that's good for you. That's going to give me. My guys are going to become disrupted.
Disrupted. Yep.
It's what you really want, right? Because you want my guys to get lost. Yep. So we're going to place a disrupted there. So let me get back to the counters, grab one, place it on my command. And now we are disrupted, which is going to hurt me and other, I did on the wrong guy. On B. There we go. It's on B. And now you need to do the same, except you are the attacker. So you're going to get a +1 to your die roll.
I rolled an 8, +1 for a 9. So I rolled 2 4s.
Yeah, and I think you're a -1 too because you're a flight, or is that not right?
Squadron is a fighter with no radio.
No. Has nothing to do with a flight. So you're good there.
Yeah. Yeah. So 8 is safe. So I am not disrupted. So we are good to go there.
So, and that's it. We finished that combat. So
okay.
now we can go do our next one.
Yep. So if you want to go ahead and bring up your Spitfire card, because you have a Spitfire. Okay. That's Hurricane.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I am not going to do turn.
Yeah, and
This,
you entered from my front
yes.
because my front, because I was facing in this direction, facing this.
Yep.
Here, here, and here are my front.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Yep. Yep.
What?
Okay, so definitely going to go with the speed in which we are equal. So we're at 5 to start off with.
Okay, and you're a +1 and I'm a -1.
Yes. Yep.
So you're going to go up to a 6, and I'm going to go down to a 4.
Yep. Okay, so we got 6, 4, and then my squadron is veteran. So I
Okay.
go up to 7.
Okay.
But it is a flight, so it goes back down to a 6.
Okay.
I'm not disrupted or broken. I am not using rigid doctrine, but you are, so you're down to a 3.
So you are 6 and I am a 3.
Yep. And so that's a 3 difference. You do not have edge on the Spitfire.
Nope.
So it is I go after a +3, you go at our -3.
Pretty much.
Okay. So
I do have a veteran.
oh, is this one your veteran?
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. I have an expert. This is a
Okay.
He has an expert. So yeah, no.
Oh. Okay. So then let's I'm just gonna roll 2 6s and then we'll go from there. 2d6. And I would prefer to roll 2 6s if I can. Okay. I got a 6. I get -2 because it's head-to-head, right?
Correct.
Okay. You're not evading, not bounce. This guy does not have an expert. So it is a 4, and a 4 on the +3 is absolutely nothing. So nothing for me.
Right. I am a -3, and I have an expert. And head on. So I'm a -1.
Yep. Because you are an expert. Yep. Mm-hmm. So see, head on. Yeah, -1. Yep. Net -1.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it.
No, that's not going to do it either. So we are now. So now we just have to do the cohesion checks because there's no losses, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in this case, I get a +1 for being on the attacker side for my cohesion.
And a +1 for being veteran.
So I get +2.
Yep.
+2. So that saved me. Because that's 6 + 2 is an 8. So nothing for me.
And for myself,
Oh, really? Oh wait, you haven't rolled yet. Okay, that was your attack roll.
I haven't rolled yet. I am nothing, right? It's just a straight roll.
Yep, that's what I see.
Oh, I forgot this rule. On any unmodified 2.
Yeah, it's an automatic. You lose your expert or wing leader if it's in.
So here we go. So I'm just rolling a regular old two die.
2d6. Yep, 2d6, no modifiers. Oh,
no hit.
That's 2 of them. That's 2 levels.
Oh, that's brutal. All right. So they said later.
So that's 2. So if you take 2, you're
I'm broken.
You're broken. A broken squadron remains broken for the rest of the game. Cannot disrupt a broken ground. Players may voluntarily break off their squadron at any time. A broken fighter immediately loses any tally it has, leaves any dogfight, exchange its mission marker for a return to base marker, and must return to base. Okay.
Yep. So I need to go. I got to lose my tally.
I intimidated you.
Yeah, you did. I didn't have a tally on you, did I? No.
No, 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 you didn't.
No. Okay, so don't have to lose that. I have to go return to base. Let's go to the yellow one. Go to A and
You're
go.
green. You're green.
Yeah, green. Green.
Thomas just said, "Dang, these Britishers can't keep their stiff upper lip."
I know. Isn't that the truth? Counters and green display. Green display. Green display. Yeah. Green display. Mission. Return to base. There we go. So A, they're out of here. I said, no, we've had enough.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not going to go well for the old Brits on this one. All right.
I would tend to agree with you on that one, but you never know.
You never know.
Yep. Okay, so that's it for the combat phase.
Now we do have one. We have a little bit more housekeeping to do here.
Okay.
Everybody that was involved in combat you need to put a low ammo on your.
Is that on the sheet?
It goes on your sheet, your battle display.
Okay.
And you'll find that in the counters under
game campaign
under combat. We display combat.
Okay.
Low ammo. So
there we go. Low ammo.
Low ammo, and B has got low ammo.
And A and C have it for me. Okay.
There you go. That's going to be a modifier for cohesion.
Yep.
And we have one last thing that we have to take care of. Is does either one of us want to be in a dogfight?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I don't want to be in a dogfight in either hex. You want to be in a dogfight?
Yes, for the one in J11.
Okay.
This one would be ridiculous because you're going home. So
absolutely. I mean, you could turn around and go after my hurricane with that guy.
Yeah. So that one we'd want to do. So the dogfight, there's a tie thing for dogfights. If one player refuses a dogfight, the other does not. I don't refuse. Each player rolls a dice and modifies as the following: add basic speed, +1 if veteran, +1 if used evasion or in the Luftberry, which is not in preceding combat. So we add our speed to a die roll.
Die roll. So I rolled a 4 plus my hurricane speed of 4 is an 8.
Okay. So I rolled a 5 plus a 5 for my speed +1 for my veteran. So we are in a dogfight.
It's going to be more than that. Yep. So we need to find the old dogfight counter. That'll probably be a map one.
Yep, I got it. Dogfight.
Now, there's certain things that we have to do now in the dogfight. I think we... Is there any more things that we're reading about dogfights since you're there?
If the player forcing a dogfight rolls equals... no, but I know it doesn't happen until the next combat.
Yeah, but... Okay, where's dogfight at? Give me the...
10.8.
10.8. There's something to set it up. 10.8 dogfight. Did you read all the words?
Let's see, 10.8. I just remember that part about because it made sense.
Dogfight. If a dogfight behavior, dogfight ends, dogfight leaves. Okay. We'll worry about it next phase.
Yeah, because there is dogfight movement, but it
Yes,
doesn't. It goes by like it's like one square or stays the same. Yeah. So when we get to the dogfight movement, we roll 1 to 3. It's me. 4 to 6 would be you, and then we can go that. And because we're gonna have to end this this session after we finish this turn because Natalie's got to get online, so she's got to do some education for driving. God help me. So okay, let's continue on. So combat phase is over with, correct? There's no more combat.
Correct.
Okay. Administrative squadrons roll to escape. So first, I do not have anybody I want to escape.
Yeah, I will. To save time, we won't worry about that. I'll read about that.
Okay.
I think I can declare. If I remember right, I can declare like this guy that's returning to base.
Yes. So I remember them saying that you could, as long as both players agree.
Yes.
We can take him off the map, which I am okay with you doing. Right. So if you want to take him off the map,
we'll do that next time when we start. I don't want to read up on it, but make sure we're doing it correctly. But I think that's how that works. If I want to, I think I could try to roll to escape, but I got to be a distance from you or something. Okay. So yeah, there's stuff to it. But if we both agree that you're not going to go after it.
No, I'm not. Admin phase.
All right.
Okay. Well, Mike, I am so glad we did this because this is awesome. I've really enjoyed it. I'm glad we were able to play. And I don't know, are you available tomorrow in the afternoon? Or like this time? Or earlier?
I'm not available. It's morning for me. So it would have to be like true afternoon for me.
Okay.
Which should be evening for you, 3 hours.
And I've already got something scheduled tomorrow, so I'll get with you and we'll figure out. We'll get back to this as soon as possible. Actually,
I'm good Friday, Saturday, so just let me know.
Okay, sounds good. Let me. I gotta save this, but I'm extremely excited about this game now. Like, I really want to get into it and have some more fun with it. And I like the dog fighting so far. I like the combat. It's definitely different, but I am okay with that. It is. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
I really enjoy it. It's a pretty cool game, and like I said, you're kind of just scratching the surface here. Once you get like flak going and you're going after carriers or whatever, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for coming out and joining. Thomas and XP's. Great show, pulling this off the shelf, waiting for GMT delivery. Yep, I got some stuff. I got a notification. Mike, I did get that package, by the way.
Oh,
it came yesterday. So
nice.
So that's being tucked away.
You didn't break your back, did you?
No, just about. So okay, we will. I will make sure we make note of when we're getting back together, and hopefully maybe Friday. Because that might work out. So we'll see how things go, and I'll arrange with you, Mike, and then we'll let everybody know because it seems like something people want to watch and get into. So
works for me.
Yep. So sounds good. Thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.